Derby may be down, but it's not beaten. Despite taking a hit from the recession, this city in the UK Midlands is still at work doing what it does best, making things.
Britain is still a very substantive manufacturing country, and I think you stand here in Derby, which is probably the most manufacturing dependent city still within the UK.
In the wake of the global economic recession, industrialists sense the focus is now back on manufacturing.
A few years ago, industry was seen as, well, it's something the UK doesn't do. We're now very much a service industry. I think those days have gone. I think it's recognised that high technology industry is something that we need to do, and we need to do it as UK to stay ahead, if not equal, to the best in the world on the industrial front.
And one firm in the city is on a roll. Rolls-Royce is the city's largest employer. Around 12,500 people work at the company, most of them in the aerospace division, which contributes $10 billion annually to Derby's economy, 27% of the total. Surprisingly, given its success, the company did not wish to appear in this piece, but says it will double sales in a decade.
Rolls-Royce has developed on to become a service company. It is now providing power system solutions right around the world, and of course all the back office work is also here, also the sales, the design capacity here as well.
A recent report found 3/4 of the 700 businesses in the Midlands aerospace supply chain had direct relationships with Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce isn't the only magnet for manufacturers here. Derby is home to the largest cluster of rail-related companies anywhere in the world. Bombardier Transportation is the global leader, but smaller specialist manufacturers are in town too.
Canadian-owned Bombardier Transportation is the largest train maker in the world, accounting for half of the $20 billion global revenues of its Montreal-based parent company. The recession has been tough for the firm, but it is big enough to weather the storm, unlike some smaller firms Bombardier relies on for crucial precision components.
Our small suppliers may not see an order for 3 or 4 years, and this is very difficult for them to be able to manage that. And then we expect them to ramp up and gear up production in a very small time scale to be able to deliver. The trains that we have on this site, very expensive trains, into the marketplace, they can be held up for relatively small components, critical components, but big trains held up for that. And I think the government can do a lot to support our supply chains.
Bombardier isn't taking any chances. It's already bought 3 small suppliers, producing items critical to its manufacturing process. The company has over 5,000 employees in the UK, roughly half of them in Derby. In fact, it is this skilled workforce that has kept British manufacturing on the rails, but holding on to these workers is crucial.
It is vital for us that we retain staff and we have the right skills there at the right time. We're working very closely with other big employers in the city, Rolls-Royce in particular. Our first year apprentices go to Rolls-Royce training schools, then they come here after their first year.
Not only is the workforce an asset, but so too is the location, with prime access to Europe. US-owned Sperry Rail has been in Derby for a decade. Producing ultrasonic testing equipment for railway systems, it is a highly specialised manufacturer. With 70 employees in the UK, Sperry Rail bids for business against just a handful of rivals.
Our business is buffeted from the recession because we tend to have fairly long contracts that go from sort of 3 to 5 years. We are trying our hardest to get into new businesses in Europe. We continue to do that. We've always done that. And that is our lifeline, no doubt.
However, there is plenty to remind firms of the likely outcome if they get things wrong. Derby's industrial landscape is littered with ghosts from the past. The companies that remain are those that have adapted and stayed competitive. Royal Crown Derby has a 260-year-old history of making fine porcelain. Now all its major competitors have folded. It is the last of its line.
Times are very tough indeed. We have been working on short time for over a year now, and we're just determined to keep our heads down and fight, keep costs down, and as soon as there's any sign of a recovery, we'll be there to take advantage of it.
Other workers have taken a 20% pay cut to keep the production line moving in this privately owned firm. As a niche player, Royal Crown Derby is at a disadvantage, but British manufacturing has an impressive track record for attracting foreign direct investment. 4 years ago, the UK pulled in $50 billion, but the hot markets of Asia could well prove more attractive to investors in the future. Ironically, one of the biggest investors in the UK has been Japan, with Toyota a mainstay of the Derby economy.
They have had to weather some very difficult publicity. They've also had to weather, obviously, the effect of the recession. But they have managed to maintain manufacturing all the time here within the country.
So British industry is struggling, but surviving. It is also growing slower than the service sector. As Asia continues to rise, competition will only get tougher. If Britain wants to stay in the game, unable to compete on price, it will have to focus on R&D to develop its intellectual advantage. In this era of cutbacks and belt-tightening, that looks far from certain.